Micromax has priced the In Note 1 at 10,999 rupees and it boasts of some interesting specifications on paper. So you get a MediaTek Helio G85 SoC, a 5000 mAh battery, and it runs stock Android. But will this translate to good real-world performance? We are about to find out. Hello everyone, I'm Aditya. You're watching Gadgets 360 and this is the full review of the Micromax In Note 1. The first thing that surprised me was the big 6.67-inch display which has full HD plus resolution. There's no information about the type of glass used for the display, so its scratch resistance is unknown. Apart from this, the display has good viewing angles and the speaker is loud. There's a fingerprint scanner located at the back which I found to be quick, but it wasn't consistent and I needed a second attempt occasionally. I found the looks of the Micromax In Note 1 to be acceptable and I would say the same about its build quality. Micromax has opted for a plastic frame and body, which is a common thing at this price range. In terms of software, Micromax has gone with near stock Android 10 on the In Note 1 with slight customizations. The implementation needs a bit of polish in a few places though. I received a software update while I was testing the smartphone which fixed the multi-touch issue, and it also updated the Android security patch to November. However, the update included a note stating that it had been targeted to 87 devices sent to bloggers for testing. So I'm not sure if the experience I had will be exactly the same as what retail units will offer. Micromax has said that it will be rolling this update out to other devices soon. What I like about the In Note 1 is that it does not come with any bloatware. I don't like pre-installed apps on the new smartphone and I appreciate the step Micromax has taken. There were also no spammy notifications. The In Note 1 felt a little choppy before the update but has shown some improvements after that. The Micromax In Note 1 does not support wideband L1 DRM, which means you won't be able to stream content at the screen's full resolution. Weirdly, I also couldn't find the Netflix app in the Google Play Store on the In Note 1. Micromax promises to give its users 2 years of updates on this particular device, but it isn't known if these include Android version updates as well. Now, the In Note 1 is not a part of Google's Android One series, which promises exactly 2 years of software updates. Micromax has picked the MediaTek Helio G85 processor to power the In Note 1, coupled with 4 GB of RAM. There are two storage variants, 64 GB and 128 GB, priced at 10,999 rupees and 12,499 rupees respectively. The In Note 1 offers decent performance, but there is some room for improvement. It can load apps quickly and multitasking isn't an issue. I played Call of Duty Mobile on this smartphone and it ran at low graphics quality at medium frame rate. I bumped the graphics preset up to medium and could play the game without any noticeable drop in performance. The smartphone did get warm to the touch after playing for 24 minutes. It also registered an 8% battery level drop, which is slightly on the higher side. In our HD video loop test, the smartphone went on for 14 hours and 30 minutes, which is somewhat below average. With my usage, the In Note 1 lasted me for about a day and a half without any issues. The Micromax does supply a fast 18-watt charger that is fairly quick to charge the phone. It got the smartphone to 35% in 30 minutes and 62% in an hour. Sticking to the current trends, Micromax offers a quad camera setup on the In Note 1. And I'm going to talk about the camera performance as well. But if you're liking the video so far, consider hitting that like button. And if you like tech reviews, well, hit that subscribe button so that you're the first to know when we drop a new review. If you look at the specs on the screen now, you will realize that you've seen similar camera setups in many other smartphones. The most surprising bit was that the In Note 1 defaults to 48 megapixel shots, which tend to take a lot of space on the device. Photos taken in daylight appeared muted, and the sensor seemed to have trouble capturing dynamic range. Shooting outdoors during the day resulted in a loss of detail in the shadows. The overall image quality looks average, and switching to 12 megapixel mode did not show any noticeable difference in the output. Shots taken with the wide-angle camera were below average in quality as well. While you do get a wider field of view, the quality is significantly lower and color reproduction wasn't accurate either. Close-up shots had decent details, and Micromax In Note 1 can simulate depth of field. You can take portrait shots by tapping the aperture icon in the quick toggle bar. This lets you set the level of blur before taking a shot. The smartphone also managed decent edge detection in the output. The macro camera on the In Note 1 is restricted to 2 megapixels and lets you get close to the subject. Now it needs good light to be able to manage a nice shot. In low light, image quality takes a dip. The In Note 1 seemed to keep noise under control, but the output appeared slightly grainy on zooming in. The ultra wide angle camera is not capable of pulling in as much light, so shots appear washed out. In night mode, the phone still shoots at 48 megapixels if you haven't fiddled with the settings. Photos taken with night mode had slightly better detail, and objects in the shadows were more recognizable. For selfies, the Micromax In Note 1 has a 16 megapixel camera. In daylight, it managed good photos for the price, and the portrait mode did blur out the background quite well. In low light, the In Note 1 used the screen flash to help capture selfies, and these also turned out well. Video recording tops out at 1080p for both the primary as well as the selfie camera. Now there's no stabilization, and recorded footage had shakes. Micromax's new In series boasts of good specifications on paper, but the company is also banking on the current sentiments in order to succeed in such a competitive environment. The In Note 1 got a software update during the review process to fix a few bugs, but it needs a few more tweaks to match the level of polish that the other brands offer. The powerful hardware does translate into good performance, and casual users should have no issues. The Micromax In Note 1 definitely needs some tweaks in terms of camera performance. Now, in terms of hardware on paper, it has all the good specifications, but it cannot take on the competition when it comes to the photo quality. Now, if you are willing to take a bet on Micromax, hoping that they provide potential good software updates, then you can consider the In Note 1. Otherwise, I would say that you can take a look at the Motorola Moto G9 because it offers better cameras at the same price and also has a stock Android experience. So that was my review of the Micromax In Note 1. Now, what do you think about the smartphone? Let me know that in the comments. If you have doubts, well, put them in the comments as well, and I will try to reply to all of them. And for more things tech, stay tuned to gadgets360.com.